Hello and welcome. We are about to play some Hardspace Shipbreakers. If you have not heard about this game, I highly recommend it. You will get to see what it's like, but essentially, it's a role-playing game. You are pretty much trying to work yourself out of crippling debt. I know what you're thinking. Where's the role-playing part of this? This sounds like reality. But you are breaking down spacecraft and whatnot. It's actually very fun. This isn't going to be like what I normally do. This is one of my woo-saw games. I do find this game actually to be strangely therapeutic. So I have a lot of fun with this. This is very much what I do just to relax versus say like something like the previous video I did, which was far, where it's, you know, I've got to focus on the story and I'm worried about what's going on. Nope, this is me. Like, I am this shipbreaker, and yeah, I am under crippling debt and trying to get out of it. So hazard pay is worth the risk. That's what they all say. I do enjoy this game. I have played this ever since it was in alpha. I have played it since they did, like, before they had a story where all you did was come in and essentially, like, it didn't tell you anything. You know, it gave you like a here's how you break things apart, and that was about it. Let's see. Usually I just get past this. I will try to read this though. Everything. There's a lot of reading though, so I'll try to paraphrase in some cases. I can't do that. Okay, congratulations. You have been accepted into Linux Corporation's pioneering Pave the Way to the Galaxy program. Your selection was based on above average physical and cognitive ability, if you say so. You are assigned to Salvage Station number 42, designation Morgan. Demonstrate the ability to build and grow a profitable operation, and a number of exciting opportunities await you. Remember, employment in this program is at the sole discretion of Linux Corporation and can be revoked at any time. Acts of malice or insubordination will not be tolerated. Upon signing this form, please proceed immediately to the nearest Linux Corporation shuttle hub for transport to the worksite. Finalize the following pages to confirm employment. Enter name. Alright. Selected revival package. No revives. By the way, if I did not mention this, it is a no revive run. Meaning, when I'm dead, I am dead. And if anybody is aware of some of the things that can happen in this game, that can lead to some very angry moments. Let's see, yeah, we're gonna... Proper setting may improve productivity by up to 40%. We are going to go with standard. Also, I should probably warn you, I have played this game quite a bit. I think I stated that. But the reason that I was like, okay, I want to do this instead of, say, the sequel to Far, was because I was actually watching somebody play this, and I kind of saw how they were doing things. You could tell they were pretty new at it, actually. And so, watching them kind of struggle a bit, I was like, okay, they had a couple of viewers, and it was like, you know what, I can go ahead and do this. And as you can see, I'm not reading the freaking terms of service here. That's how I usually am. But let's see what I'm agreeing to, because I don't think I have actually read this. Let's see. Please agree to each statement. I have no criminal record in the Terran or... Okay, that might be a problem. A record in the Jovial Frontier is acceptable. That's great. I am not a member of and have never associated with a workers' union. You know, funny that that's number 2. I have completed my annual medical exam, so they care more about whether I'm in a union versus whether I'm healthy. I have no commercial or real estate interest in nation state of Arizona. So I guess in this point, Arizona has succeeded. I would have figured it would have been Texas. I will bring a positive attitude in problem solving. Fuck. Okay, well, it looks like I have to agree to that. I understand and accept the health risks associated with long-term exposure to Van der Waals Field. Pretty sure that's just radiation. And I will vote for Chancellor Chung Zhang in the Pan American Senate election. Okay, so, I would like to say, oh yeah, like, this is obviously, like, a time period where, like, corporations are able to get away with fucking murder. But, I would say, like, nope, this is just, where we're looking at kind of going. Yeah, if you get the game, there is training available. So, I'm gonna skip it though, because like when you do know how to do it and you accidentally forget to hit that button, you're just kind of like, oh my god, please. You can take advantage of it in some cases, but yeah, I don't really need to, and I don't really want to. I just kind of want to jump in and like start working on this fucking debt. And I'll let the intro play.
Each day he steps into the yard to earn his wages working hard. I pray to the stars and heaven above to return my daddy to those he loves. If there comes a time when he and death meet, bless the next cutter that takes his seat.
Nice, right?
Hello, Cutter 9346-52.
But yes,
Your automated Lynx onboarding experience.
I absolutely adore this game. If I did not mention it before, I am in for it.
Space.
And I am very happy that you are joining me on this
Limitless
adventure.
resources. A brighter future. It's here where hard workers like you, the backbone of civilization, will help us pave the way to the galaxy. I'm Calicia Rai Paulson, president of Lynx Corporation's Salvage Division. When my great-great-grandfather Exeter founded Lynx, he foresaw a remarkable opportunity among the stars. His vision eventually brought us the Railgates. Now spanning all the way to Jupiter, these are the veins connecting all of modern civilization. And the people flowing through them are its lifeblood. The Railgates reinvigorated humanity and are key to our continued progress. You've been selected from among thousands of candidates to join the Lynx family. This is more than just a job. It's an opportunity to be part of the largest, most successful, and most pioneering company in human history. Your dream may be to forge your own destiny one day. Well, work hard, heed your superiors, believe in the Lynx vision. Do this, and you too will get your chance. Your first step is to join our Ever Work program, the greatest gift we give our employees, turning death into an ongoing opportunity for learning and growth. With Lynx, death is a fresh start. Good luck.
Man. You know, what if this was like real life is like legitimately you just wanted a fresh start and you just went to these people and like this is the screen you're faced with. Just hit spacebar for a fresh start. Let's go.
Video
I want a
observation
fresh
complete.
start.
To finalize onboarding, your genetic sequence will now be extracted for use with the Lynx Everwork asset replacement.
Also, I am
program.
going to
Don't
very
worry,
heavily
pain
warn
levels during
about
extraction
motion
are largely
sickness.
tolerable.
Like, I had a friend try to watch me play Fallout at one
Outlined
point.
in Section
Couldn't
31
handle
of
it.
your employment
This is
agreement.
about 10 times
The
worse,
process of
so
genetic extraction will
be
destroy your
warned.
original body. Beginning extraction now.
I haven't been touched like that in years.
Extraction analysis and backup complete. Thank you. Beginning spare generation.
I have a feeling that process kills you outright, and it's just clones. Like, they know you're never going to, like, get out of dead. So that, like, they just do that, and then they can outright kill you, and you think that, like, you're gonna be able to, like, come back. It is now safe to die. Responsible for the cost of biomaterials used in every work process. An additional fee is required for deaths that occur outside of working hours. You may now proceed with salvage training. And I have no revivals. I do not have spares. That whole situation there, not even for me. Yep, this is getting more and more realistic as it goes. See, I like that it even, like, slows down for you. It's just like, oh, is it over? Oh. That is a sign of being prepared. I love how, like, just, there's so much that's just like, oh yeah, like, this is, like, reality taken to a ridiculous level. Oh, God. But yeah, $1 billion in the hole to essentially work at a scrapyard. You know, I went to an interview at a scrapyard, and, this was after I, had been working pretty much at, like, a general labor job for, like, maybe $17, $18 an hour. And I go there, and, like, I fill out the application and everything like that. I go in there, and they're like, oh, yeah, well, we pay $14 an hour, but it's more like $15 with our incentives about electric motors. It's a dirty job, and we're gonna work you probably 7 days a week. Needless to say, I've never worked in a scrapyard before. And after that, I probably never will. Like, I don't feel like that's how you sell a job. Alright, some of these messages, like, I mean, I'll go ahead and read them, but it's just, you know, new ship access, you know, we got the station hopper and the light cargo. Most common ship model in the colonies. The light cargo model is used for civilian cargo and can contain a wide variety of objects. The station hopper transport is outfitted with ad terminals. Electrical safety is advised. Our ships are simply the best. Recent safety reports are wrong. Alright, and we have access to the Mackerel Heavy Cargo, a robust model built to transport heavy industrial goods or hazardous materials. Grapple strength can be upgraded to improve handling of its heavy structural elements. On behalf of my former colleague, Grenda, we apologize for misstating the fuel efficiency of this model. In fact, it is positively adequate for the transport needs of many companies. Hazards, we are getting into fire. It's clearance level 2. We skipped a bit when it came to the tutorials, but Lynx is committed to ensuring shipbreakers are exposed to hazard levels in ships only according to their proficiency level and median estimated emotional adjustment time, should death occur related to these hazards. So, I guess burning to death really isn't that bad. Oh, fuck, sorry, Skylar. If you have the reach, clearance of hazard level 2, you may begin the encounter of fire hazards in the form of fuel. Attention. Causing Lynx equipment or salvage goods to be damaged by fire hazards will result in credit deductions, as will damage to our destruction of the Lynx spare. Okay, those I have to go to my actual terminal for. Hey, they gave me a sticker. Been a good boy, so they gave me a
Hey,
banana
sir.
sticker.
Welcome aboard. The name's
Metal
Weaver.
fans.
I'm the foreman for yourself and a couple of other shipbreakers in this region. And welcome to your new home. There's everything you need. This is officially called a ready-made long-term employee.
Letting you listen to Weaver, by the way.
Something or other. Around here, we just call it your hab. All right, let's start a new shift and pick your first ship to work on.
There is a lot of dialogue in this game since they added the story. It does flesh everything out, which is really nice, but when you've heard it about a million times, the certification system is our proprietary career progression tool for all of our shipbreakers. It provides each employee with a fulfilling and promising future as part of the Lynx family. Certification ranks rank from 1 as the entry level point all the way up to rank 30, which is reserved only for our most accomplished employees. It is advised to view the certification tab in your HAB terminal as a guide to gain access to more tools, upgrade ships, and hazard levels. Proving yourself as a loyal and skilled employee will reward you with fresh new challenges in the work bay. In other words, prove yourself so you can work harder. Scanner. Structure mode is pre-installed in every optical cross-spectrum scanner unit to the standard issue Lynx worksuit. This mode is a core part of the Shipbreaker toolkit as it lets you access the structural makeup of the ship, clearly demarcating hull panel structural beams and important cut points. Structure mode is the default mode when you activate your scanner, unless you are previously using a different mode. Financial relief program. Everything important and good in this world comes with a price. Each privileged person who joins our family to become a shipbreaker comes with significant costs. Fortunately, Lynx shoulders the burden of these costs temporarily in order to let you hit the ground running and begin training stress-free. This cost sharing is handled through our innovative employee financial program. Yeah, you know, stress-free. $1 billion in debt. No pressure. Death is a new beginning. This program covers all essential onboarding costs and fees, including costs of training and equipment borrowed from Lynx Salvage. Also included are the fees for the EverWork Asset Replacement Program, which enables safe, unlimited career progress and growth through the power of Lynx technology, even though I don't get that. In return, as your skills and expertise grow, all the value you earn as a shipbreaker will automatically be deducted from the amount you owe to the financial relief program. This ensures that the borrowed amount is paid off as quickly as possible so you can get on with building yourself a brighter future. Salvage goals. Lynx is proud to introduce all new salvage goal system to valued shipbreakers. With performance in mind, salvage goals should help shipbreakers in understanding the expected total value expected from a ship. Established by our finely tuned salvage assessment algorithm, salvage goals are an incentive that rewards overall progress using additional rewards when reached. These goals provide many goodies to our valued shipbreakers, highly rewarding those who reach all provided salvage goals without destroying salvage. Employees to aim for salvaging as much material as possible on all provided ships in order to maximize the value of the ships. One more, and I swear we're going to be breaking a ship. The kiosk. Okay, I'm just going to summarize that one. We have to pay for our own oxygen, we have to pay for our own shit, so, yeah. That's all that's telling you. It's like, hey, yeah, you gotta buy your own oxygen, you gotta buy your own tethers, like, everything that you use, you pay for it. Including every breath you take. I'll be watching you. Let's see. Alright. So pretty much it gives you a list of ships that you can go ahead and choose from. And me, I kind of like to speedrun stuff pretty quickly, so I like to choose, especially at the very beginning, the most costly ships. Later on, like, that kind of gets refined down. If you haven't played this before, you get all your, you know, how much it is, how much mass there are, what hazard level it is. We know hazard level 2 is fire, but it looks like really we're just dealing with explosives. Another day. Yeah, yeah, you have to buy the ship and then you break it apart. Ideally for more money. But yeah, at the very beginning, you don't really start out with very much.
Now try to remember, nanocarbon goes in the processor, aluminum goes in the furnace. Try to salvage the entire ship if you can. We call it using the whole buffalo. You'll hit your certs faster that way and start knocking out that debt of yours. Okay, your primary goal is to get to the next rank. Good luck out there, Cutter. Weaver out.
Also, if anybody's wondering, I can explain a little bit about what I'm doing. So pretty much there's stuff on the external parts of the ship, which I just cleared that. I went into the scanner to check to see if there was anything I had to worry about as far as, say, like explosive decompression, which I didn't. So I just went ahead and blew that cap off so I could get into the ship, and now I'm taking care of the nest. Pretty much everything on the outside of the ship needs to get the hell out of here. I didn't even check to see, do I have tethers? I can't tell. I forgot where my tether count is.
Account credited.
I'm sure it's somewhere around here. Or I'll find out the hard way. I do not have tethers yet. Okay, so I have yet to unlock tethers. That's rough. Is okay. But yeah, if you ever are struggling with this game, something to bear in mind, like the cut points, if they're near this nanocarbon stuff, like, as long as it's not red, it will not actually cut through, like, what you're looking at. But if it's red, and it can be cut through, it will cut through. It's a good way to kind of, speed through a lot of this stuff. Alright, let's see what we're screwing with here. Certain things are just not worth it. Like, a lot of people think, oh yeah, I'm gonna come in here and, like, get rid of everything. Oh no. Like, sometimes we're not even gonna finish salvaging certain stuff because it's just not worth it. Actually, that's not even worth it to go ahead and cut out. See, the name of the game is really efficiency when it comes to this stuff. You've got a limited amount of oxygen. You've got a limited amount of time, so you don't want to be caught doing needless crap. Okay, that one looks a little rough, so we're just gonna stinger that out of there. And that. I think we just blew away a bar, but that's fine. 880 credits ain't shit. And we're just gonna fucking get rid of all of it. Like I said, I have played this game for a while now, so I know a little bit about what I'm doing. So if it's your first time, I recommend the old moniker, measure twice, cut once. But me, I'm a impatient bastard, so I tend to say, hey, I'm good enough that I don't need to worry about a whole lot, but I will show you some tricks that I have picked up along the way. They are very helpful at times, and I really want my damn tethers. I'm gonna send that there. Okay, that's a furnace one. I hate when they do that. Like, the entire outside shell of this damn thing is, it's completely freaking nanocarbon, except for that one panel. Just gonna launch that over there. But yes, one of my favorite tricks to use is this whole thing, is you kinda open up the top, open up the bottom, and then you literally can just fucking fling everything you really want. I found out that these freaking panels, they're actually pretty costly when you think about, like, oh hey, you're probably gonna, like, get rid of, like, hundreds of those, and at 78,000 credits a pop, yeah, it's kind of worth it for me to throw those onto the barge. Like, you wouldn't think so, but they're not like lights where there's, like, 5 dozen of them that you're worried about. So it's, to me, it's cost effective to do that, and it takes like half a second.
Credits deposited. Salvage accepted.
See, unlike, you know, say like a bag of chips that, you know, yay, 900 credits. As I get rid of the bag of chips. real good.
Transferring credits.
Another helpful hint, if you take the bottom one, typically it'll detach everything else so you're not waiting for multiples to break. Good
Salvage
thing as far as saving time, because we've already used about 5 minutes or so of our time, so we are kind of coming down to everything. Don't listen to the regulations. Definitely, if you find oxygen canisters, use that stuff. Don't give it to the corporation.
Platform to fill up your own too. Blue ain't your color.
Of course, I don't think that there is any here. But yeah, as far as the number of things that can kill you, running out of oxygen definitely will kill you. Running into a wall very, very hard will kill you. Say, having the thruster cap jettison because of explosive decompression and smash you directly in the face will kill you.
Welcome to Vintage Run.
Fire, electricity.
Thank you for your purchase.
There's a few things.
Stabilizing.
We will probably run into more than a few of them, as far as close calls, like before the night is out. Which I do plan on playing until either I die or I feel like I physically cannot play anymore. And that might be a little too extreme. When I say I need to go to bed, and it's kind of a major, like, I'm like half dying, is probably when I will. But I do plan on seeing how far I can go in this one sitting. It is going to be a fun time. Oh, this tends to piss people off how I do this one, but it is fast, it is speedy. There's only certain things you have to worry about. 'Cause like I said, since the reticule is actually on top of the cut point and not on the thing, it will not cut through. So that I can do that a lot faster than normal, which makes it very, very nice. So yeah, all that's broken up. I can't wait to have my tethers. Because yeah, I probably will end up getting them on the next day because yeah, typically I'd probably be done with the ship with 3 minutes left to spare, but without tethers, makes it rough when you have to manually throw everything.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded. Processor deposit accepted.
And
Credits awarded.
the other thing that gets a little rough is any kind of simulation game, when you start unlocking your stuff and it's oh hey, I'm really used to having enhanced brakes or something like that, and then you go to, not having any of that. It's like when I was playing KSP, which I was very, very addicted to that game at one point. I kinda got to a point where it was oh yeah, I'm building a ship in space. So at one point I think they updated and I lost all my stuff, and
Salvage secured.
it was kinda like going from having multiple space stations and everything like that to launching monkeys into space with slingshots again, and it's really hard to go back on some games, but this one, it's always fun. The struggle is always real. Let's see, there's that whole thing, we'll get that out of the way too.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
There are probably veterans of this game that would be this is bad for on, but and it is 100%. Later on, when you're into the bigger ships and everything like that, doing what I just did there, where you're not really paying attention to what you're breaking, will get you killed pretty confidently. For right there, the 2 hands coming up and the crush warning coming up, that's exactly why. Oh god, I miss my tethers. The tethers are what make this entire thing a very therapeutic game. There is something just calming for whatever reason for me, is knowing every little part that I broke up preparing the ship, and then sitting back and watching 10 of these panels just slowly drifting off, and the whole thing you sat there and orchestrated it yourself. I adore those moments in the game where you can sit there and just be I did this.
5 minutes left in your shift cutter. Do what you do. Weaver out.
But yeah, what I'm worried about is
Deposit confirmed.
usually not like my own like speed in this. It's usually like if anybody is familiar with like quasar engines and everything like that, I have times like the most times I die in this are actually when I'm sitting there taking apart a quasar and for whatever reason the game's just like, oh no, this thing hit you. And like you just got done pulling the lever. Like you're nowhere close to it. Like sometimes I don't know if I need to just, you know, hold my brakes and just, you know, wait, or if I need to hold on to the wall, but that always is what kills me, and I hate it. Because I have that like weird like thing where I have to play on no revives.
Account credited.
Because otherwise, like I'm already like haphazard as can be. So if I go ahead and I don't have the revive thing on, it's just kind of like cheating almost to me. But then you'll hear me also complain that I have to restart the thing over and over and over again. Also another fun tip for anybody who wants to play this. The glass is actually extremely like valuable. Like if you want to save time, you don't need to do it, but
Material accepted.
I believe we're under such crippling debt. Oh. O2. Yeah, let's take care of that. That's going to be the other thing that kills me. Yes, tethers are definitely your friends. I just started, actually. This is a no revive run. I'm just going to pretty much play until I'm dead. So, but yeah, I don't have tethers unlocked yet. This is literally the first ship. So... And good God, do you notice when you don't have them? Let's see. But yeah, if you look, like, I was talking about how the switches are like 78,000, I think I said? I'm pretty sure there's more on here somewhere. But yeah, the glass, every time I do stuff when it comes to forgetting about taking the glass off. There we go. Yeah, $66,000. It would be like, oh yeah, like you just wasted all of that. And it always seems like such a big number. Yeah, imagine like doing the quasar engines and just for whatever reason, like it's a good game. Like I have played this since it was in pre-alpha. So it does still have its quirks. But yeah, when the quasars come apart, in which case you'll see those later on, if you want to stick around. But when they come apart, sometimes it says that you happen to be in the middle of them coming apart. So as you can imagine, that's probably not a pillow. That's usually not a good thing. And it is rough because, yeah, I've had it where, like, you know, I've just got done pulling the lever and just suddenly it's like, oh, hey, like, your mask is cracked, you are dead, there is no, like, second chances here. You are done. Aha, see. Okay, yeah, 78,000. Still worth it to me to go ahead and pull those things off. Half a second to make, like, $78,000. I wish it was that way. Like, real life stuff. Imagine, like, incentives to go ahead and do that stuff. Come on. Yeah, we've got about a minute. We're already past 5, so everything I'm doing right now is literally just kind of, like, extra.
You know that already.
Well, let's see. Can I save some money? We'll save some money. So, yeah, the quasars, it's kind of like that. You go through that animation, but your screen just cracks as if you just, like, smashed into the thing at Mach 10. It's not great. In fact, I'm really worried about that being what ends this run, because I'm really excited to be on for, like, you know, 4 or 5 hours. It's been a very long time since I just marathoned this, and it's the first time I'm actually having company while I do it, so we're gonna see how this goes. But there we go. No tethers, first run. As the game would say, I believe the entire buffalo has been used. Imagine what it's going to be like when I have tethers. You know, it's like, oh, you're gonna give me the tools to actually do my job? Like, you know, thanks.
New certification
Rank
level
4.
License upgraded.
Oh. But yeah, when we do get into the bigger ships, I will be very focused on doing that. And I enjoy, like, the whole point of, like, being able to do this is, being able to kind of chill and talk to everybody in between while I'm doing all of this stuff. Because, like, while you're tearing it apart, obviously, you're worried about, you know, oh, I don't really want to hit that gas tank and blow myself into bits and everything like that. But, like, moments like this, where it's, like, emails and everything, and just doing upgrades, it's, like, chill, you know? So you've got those, like, breaks where it's, like, okay, like, how's everybody doing? Everybody's still okay? Nobody's, you know, vomiting because I just did, like, you know, a 1280 and then, like, slam dunked a panel into the frickin' furnace? Let's see, Mackerel Exolab, typically used for deep space research. The Mackerel Exolab is outfitted with a wide variety of scientific instruments. Extract this fragile equipment carefully and beware of electrical hazards. These people don't know me. My predecessor, Ted, incorrectly stated that there were frequent electrocutions aboard Exolabs. Actually, those electrocutions are still being investigated. Dude, that is exactly like what I've told a lot of people. The sad thing is a lot of my friends that I've told about this game have no interest in it, and it drives me nuts. But, like, having co-op in this, yes. Like, if they ever do that, like, if any mods can get a hold of this, if, you know, the developers hear about this, and it's like, yeah, let's patch this in. Like, that would be amazing to have, like, that coordination. It's like, hey, I'm about to pop this freaking Quasar engine. Oh, God, that would be, like, that sets my anxiety going. It's like, wait, you know. Then your buddy, like, smashes you in the side of the head with a freaking panel. It's like, oh, God, you know, thanks. But, yeah, I would kill to see co-op in this game. Okay. I'm gonna try to do my best to just kind of give, like, accurate, like, simple messages here instead of reading all these. But essentially, we can be electrocuted now. It is 100%. And, like, if you look at, like, the intro song that they put in, like, before all of that, like, it was just, like, there was no story. There was nothing. You just came in, you broke a ship apart, and even then, the game was phenomenal. All they did was, like, flesh out a little bit, like, gave you kind of a reason why you're doing it, which you kind of already did. Like, it's like any other simulation game. But I love what they've done with it. And when they add the building your ship and trying to fix that up, and you're literally like, okay, like, this thing's high dollar, but do I want to repair the ship or do I want to get out of debt? It's neat. And like I said, I pretty much cannot, for whatever reason, play a like, where I actually have lives. So I have not seen the actual endgame to this yet, and I've played it for years. And I know what you're thinking. It's like, well, just do a run with the lives. And I can't. Like, I just can't. It's not in me to do that. It feels like cheating. And mind you, no other Iron Man. Every other Iron Man mode I find is like, no, like 100%. I'm definitely not doing that. But this one game is like, no. You do it in one life. Like, you can avoid it. You just be careful. That's all you have to do. It's not like, you know, it kills you for going back to the hab. Like, you don't have to rush. So, like, your deaths are literally your own fault. And I think that's also why I like the game, is because I can't blame it when something bad happens, save for, like, you know, like an actual designer thing. Like, popping a Quasar, and you're holding on to the switch, and it still somehow says, like, you're murdered. But everything else is typically your own stupidity that kills you. And, yeah, like, I've died a lot. I've died a lot. Spares and you. Okay, so that's talking about spares. Which is, you know, your extra lives. I still think they just kill you outright. And, like, you are nothing but a clone. And, like, who's to say, like, they don't just have multiple clones of you working in all these other bays? Like, what if you're the first one, and, like, it's literally nothing but clones of you? Like, if you go into another bay, it's there, and all these, like, other people talking to you, including, like, the whole storyline when it comes to, like, all the bays and everything, and all the people, you know, you'll meet them later. But, what if they're all, like, it's just pre-recorded. It's just to make you think, like, oh yeah, like, I'm actually working with people. There's no way I'm a clone. I'm not the clone. Oh, thank God. We just got tethers. Life just became good again. Alright. Let's see. I think I learned about this game from Shoddy Cast. Believe it or not, I'm pretty sure, like, I was a big fan of, the, Discovery Queue on Steam, and it happened to show up in there. And it was, yeah, when I saw that, it was like, oh, holy crap, like, that's amazing. And, yeah, one of those, like, spontaneous, like, yeah, I think I'm gonna get this. And, I don't know, it turned into this. You know, years later, I can still come back to this game. Alright, yeah, we have absolutely nothing on the other ship. We are facing our electrical hazard and everything, and about 2 million more. But we have tethers. Just, I love, like, the tethers. Like, how that mechanic works is just super cool to just watch as, like, the ship just slowly gets pulled apart.
Hey, Rook.
Like, when I say this game is therapeutic for that reason for me, it is,
Thank you.
it's nice.
Now
I'm very happy that that is,
What are you talking
I don't
about?
know why it's
We
so
don't do
enjoyable.
that. Welcome aboard. Don't listen
Let's
to
see.
them. I'm
Alright, let me see.
Your
Okay,
mic's still
good.
messed up.
How about now?
Better.
Oh, hey, I'm Kaido. Kai.
Yep.
Mic's
Don't have
still
to worry
busted up.
about,
Oh, yeah.
decompressions.
Heaven forbid that you're functional here.
I'm sure they're working on it as fast as they can.
But yeah, the funny thing is, too, is through, like, the refinement of, shall we say, my craft in this game, I've kind of learned, like, you know, there's certain things where it's just like, oh yeah, giving it a couple pushes down versus using a tether.
Enough chin wagging.
Because, like, worst thing is, you end up running into that, moment where it's just like, oh yeah, like, I just need, like, 2 more tethers. Which it still happens, but I feel like it happens less when you're a little bit cognitive of it.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Everything is open, beautiful. Just get that out of the way. Don't know if we've reached the point where we get the data cards yet. And like these freaking cargo hatches, just like everything else on the outside, nanocarbon. But these things, nope, that's aluminum. Beautiful. Go there. Yeah, we're just gonna take this off.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
We do not have the thrusters yet, so we're fine there. That is proficient.
Material deposited.
But it's like these moments right here where it's just like, oh yeah, like you are just sitting up here, ripping the computers off the walls, like, I don't know why this is so calming to me.
Rewards will be paid.
Maybe it's just that I've played it so much that I'm actually comfortable doing it, but, I have enjoyed this game
Salvage
ever
deposit
since I found it.
secured. Credits
And like, they've
awarded.
done nothing but improve it.
Salvage registered.
Come on.
Transfer
Come on.
credits.
that always terrifies me too, when something gets stuck and you don't notice it at first.
Deposit accepted for processing.
I do that to myself in real life, like just smack yourself in the face on accident. But now imagine doing that with like a zero gravity gun. That might tingle just a bit. There. Send some snacks to the guys in the furnace.
Processing object. Credit to account.
Alright. Oh, nice. Don't really need that. I'm pretty sure that's that animation I hate, where it just like throws you forward for no freaking reason. Mark my words, that is what is going to kill this run. Like, without a doubt. Like, 9 times out of 10, yes, it's definitely going to be my stupidity. But the one that kills this one is going to be an animation thing, because I've decided, like, yeah, I'm going to have people actually join me on this adventure. It's like, because people are watching, it's like Murphy's Law, right? Like, the worst possible, like, thing happens when you very much do not want it to happen any other time, and if you try to recreate it, oh, nope. Yep. I don't know, usually, I don't know. I feel like I get lucky all the time. I feel like there should be kind of something that's in place where it's like, okay, yeah. But, I mean, I've noticed if you buy, like, the suit upgrades, like, that helps you out a lot. Like, a lot. But, let's see, we've got an oxygen tank somewhere in here. Productive, I think. We've got time. There you are. That's what I'm looking for.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Been flying around and all that dirt and dust. But no, you do, like, I absolutely... It's another reason why I love the no revival runs. And if you haven't done them, I do recommend it because, like, whereas, like, you do get that therapy, like, you know, oh yeah, pulling everything apart sense, like, even, like, just to, like, enjoy yourself, I feel like part of it is, you know, as far as the enjoyment for me, is that there are times where it's like, okay, like, no, like, this could kill me, so you have to slow down.
Salvage goal cleared.
And, like, being forced to slow down actually kind of helps, and I'm noticing that on the other side of this wall is probably one of my least favorite things to deal with, which is all the wires. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world, it's just like 5 times more freaking cutting, but it's still just kind of like, ugh. I care more about the glass than I do the actual wires, not gonna lie. Let's see, we're coming up on 8, we're just not gonna worry too much about this and just separate it. Oh wait, I have tethers. What am I doing? Hold on. I keep forgetting that I freaking have those. There's a trick you can do here that I actually enjoy. Because, like, as long as you're kind of, like, cool as far as, like, okay, yeah, I have separated everything, all of that is nanocarbon. So, as long as your tethers are strong enough and you have separated from the rest of the ship, there you go. The entire thing. Just, you don't have to worry about it and it's gone. So you get all that, like, you don't have to destroy the wires or anything like that. It all just goes. But when you get to the quasars and you've got to, like, send it toward the front of stuff, I do try to... Oh, wait. Okay, well, they're electrical cables, but... 3,000, like, switches. The switches are, like, more valuable than freaking those. So screw the wires. Like, I'd rather have the efficiency. I thought that the wires were nanocarbon. Excuse me. Let's see. But yeah, definitely a lot easier to break the little breakpoints here than to go through and just worry about breaking every little wire. Let's see, we're coming up on our 6-minute mark. We're on the outside right now. I can't tell you how many airlocks I've busted by just being like, la-di-da-di-da-di-da. or like how many times I've broken into the internals of the ship because I've accidentally like forgot that the
Rewards allocated.
line there is overlapping that a little bit, or how many times like I've just completely gone and cut through the airlock for no reason. God, it's just so pretty. I do love what they've done with this game. I cannot wait. Like, I hope that they, like, this game has, like, had me, like, looking at, like, all the other salvaging games. Like, there's one that I recently found that was, it's like real ships, like a shipyard and everything like that, that I was looking into. But, like, I'm terrified to go ahead and get into something like that. Like, I feel like I'm betraying this game in a sense. But it's just, like, I don't think there's very much that can replace, like, just that sci-fi feel of, it's like that one game where you're the janitor after, like, space battles and you're just cleaning up all the gore. So, like, there has to be that thing that just kind of, like, tickles that itch of, sci-fi. Let's see, that I did not. Sometimes you gotta be careful because, like, you can't really see where you've cut through the glass, so it will carry through. So sometimes I don't even get the range upgrades for the Stinger and everything.
Cutter, if you're fixing to dot the I's and cross the T's, you got about 5 minutes to do it.
5 minutes, we've almost got our level 4 certification. Yeah, we are golden. We're just gonna use some others to kind of speed it along. Now we're gonna rip everything out.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Like doing this here. This took like a lot of like trial and error and like muscle memory to just kind of figure out like, oh hey, like I can just like sit here, break it, pull it a little bit, and then freaking down it goes. But when you can actually like tilt this thing where it's actually vertical and not horizontal, just being able to like shoot it through the door,
Secured. Account credit applied.
it's just so much fun.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Yeah, my oxygen's low, I know. Look at this though. I need like more and then I've got it. I don't have to worry about it. Ooh, there we go. We got 5, but we're gonna try to use the whole buffalo.
Welcome to Megatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
But yeah, I am, as far as anybody who is watching, I have tried to set up a Discord. I do kind of want to make a community for, people to hang out with and kind of share games and everything like that, like Shipbreakers. I mean, it is something that people have not, like, heard very much about. I do want to bring these things to light, like anything that's just kind of like, you know, you can vibe to, anything that's cool, anything that kind of like, just something that lets you kind of get away from whatever like is going on in life. So if you want to check that out, be sure to check out the descriptions, and I do have plans to go ahead and implement like a YouTube and all that other stuff, but I don't know, I feel like it takes a lot to just go ahead and get started with something like this, you know? Like, you know, at certain points it's like, oh yeah, you know, like moving something that you just do in the privacy of your own home, like just gaming, and, you know, getting to a point where, I don't know, for me it was like not scratching that itch anymore, like just playing a game, so it was like, man, I really want to interact with people while I do this, you know? I think that would make it a lot more fun, because games aren't like, I don't know, they're not really coming out with very much that I find like ooh or ah anymore. Like there's a lot of indie games that sometimes do, but I don't know, paying 30, 40, 50 bucks for a couple hours of entertainment has been a little rough, but yeah, so I'm trying to kind of build a community around stuff and find new games to play and, you know, kind of get a little bit of exposure outside of my own house and help other people do that as well. So if you guys are interested in anything like that, feel free to look into that. It is just bare bones right now, like I said. You know, this is my second stream, so nothing professional, but I am hoping to make like a small friendly community for everybody to enjoy. But we're gonna end it there as far as that ship. Let's see. Yeah, 7.2. I think the whole thing was 7.5. We got about 20,000 remaining. I'd say we used the whole Buffalo there.
Certification level awarded. License upgraded.
Let us see. 2 ships, 2 certifications upgraded. Now this is a no revival run, so I know people are probably going to be like, oh, why are you upgrading that? Well, that's because I'm very famous as well for smacking myself in the back of the head with something, so having a bigger helmet could be a little bit more beneficial. Bunny.
Hey, Rook. You ever think about starting your own business out there? You know, be your own boss? I swear, one day, I'll get a decent belt runner and make my own money. Maybe bring my old man along to help sniff out the good rock. My dream is to tinker with ship designs. Maybe build some machinery to help with heavy-duty mining. Make it safer. If we ever both get out of here, I'd hire you in a heartbeat. If you don't end up coming with me, I hope you get to make your own way out there. Definitely ping me if you do. Lou out.
See, so when I was talking about before, it's like, what if all of these are just like pre-recorded things instead of actual people, like in-game, like if you're role-playing as this character? You know, what if that's all like, you know, like with how much they pay, like say, you know, I think they pay somebody like hundreds of thousands of dollars to decide like what color tie the president should wear. But it's like, I figure like a psychologist, like, oh yeah, we need to throw a little bit of drama, otherwise this clone is going to think like, you know, something else is going on. Like I said, I've not seen the end of the game. I would, that would be a little weird if like at the end, like Weaver and everything, it's all like just this fake. Like you go to like go through the jump gate in like the newly repaired ship and like it just explodes and they just bring in another clone of you. And it's just like, oh yeah, like you're back to completely being buried under debt. Alright, let's see what we got. The Atlas Scout. Solar winds at your back. Cosmic dust flying by. The speed of a comet at your fingertips. Meet the Atlas Scout. Purpose engineered for getting away and back in the blink of an eye. Sporting a pair of Starleap's proprietary quasar thrusters. The bane of my existence. The Scout ensures you are able to cover a lot of ground quickly. Atlas. Powerful, dependable, enduring. The foundation of a better world. And I'm just going to summarize this one here. We are finally able to do reactors. Bunny. It's a popular children's video character. An anthropomorphic pink rabbit. It was one of dozens of characters introduced as part of Pan-Terran Media conglomerate's Fun Friend Animals pilot program. The program featured a wide range of stylized animals based on characters, and heavily psychological analysis was used to determine which of these characters were most popular. Despite appearing very similar to bunny characters A, B, C, E, and G, bunny character D was determined to be the most popular among children aged 4 to 12. Interestingly, bunny character F, while being the least popular with this age group, reportedly due to disturbing facial features, proved most popular among those aged 25 to 40, and is featured in a series of video and games for adults. Several of the program's characters, notably Moose character, Pigeon characters A to C, and Salmon character, were determined to be unpopular because they were based on animals that had been extinct for over 100 years. Huh. See, I like how they fleshed this out. Like, honest to God, that is one of the first times I've actually sat down and read that whole thing. So the fact that, like, oh yeah, like, you know, salmon, moose, pigeons, they're all extinct at this point. That is cool. Like, gophers are fine, though, apparently on Mars, but no, like, moose, pigeons, nope, they're done. New poster that I found. Salvage 500 kilograms of electric cable wiring. Let us see. Nothing new. Do our upgrades real quick. But yeah, I'm not gonna worry about like doing anything with the stickers. I definitely prefer to be I let my skills do the talking, not my RGB lights, as it were. I do enjoy me a good banana sticker, though. I use that. So yeah, what I've noticed is when you are playing on the no revival, you go from bottom to top because that's all your survivability down here, save for the demo charges. Like, I don't really mess with demo charges as long as I can help it. Usually the range is actually pretty good to get just for time stuff. You don't really need range for your cutter. Like, the whole point is to, like, be careful about what you're cutting. I actually find, like, especially on the one that just instantly deletes it, like, going range on that is more of a detriment, because now it's like, oh god, like, you know, I want to cut this thing directly in front of me, and, like, across the bay, you're cutting, you know, into something over there, and it's just like, Jesus, why? Like, this was supposed to be an upgrade. Alright, so that one's pretty much done, and we are up to level 4. 11-9. Alright, so we are getting into the ships that will take probably more than one jump into the same bay. I've kind of refined it a little bit, where it's like, man, if it's only like 1 certification level, if it's like 30, though, license points, like, sure, I'll do it, but, if it ain't that great of a reward. Also, if you guys didn't know, there is a little bit of an Easter egg back here. Well, I wouldn't say Easter egg, because it takes a minute to go ahead and, like, figure it out, but, like, I don't think they expected people to be like, oh yeah, like, turn around and see about this, but there is a little data pad here. Did not find that, by the way, except for by accident. Like, there was a point where I was just like, yeah, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and look around and just see what's out here. And I happened across that, and I thought it was pretty neat. Okay, that thing's actually stuck to the thing. Come on, there we go. Jesus. There we go. Nice, we don't have to worry about anything blowing up in our face quite yet. Those out of the way. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, I forgot. We don't have the thing for that. So that animation that I was talking about that, like, will instantly kill you just on random chance is right freaking here. So I've noticed that, at least since I've noticed that if you can go ahead and stop, do not, for the love of God, hold on to anything. But if you hold control and you're right in front of it, like, when your character, like, jumps like that, that's where it's like you've got to kind of worry about it. Because, like, once you let go of the lever, you, like, jump back. And for whatever reason, it's like a force multiplier if you run into that thing. But if you're holding... Okay, fuel. I heard warning. I was like, I just started. What do you mean? Thought it was my oxygen. I was just like, I know I'm talking a lot, but damn. But yeah. Like, if you stop, like, just give it a second, and then go ahead and do it, hold control, usually, it's alright. I haven't had it where it, punches me in the face yet for being wrong. So, until it doesn't work, I'm gonna say that it does. Let's see. And I hate that, like, these wings here, you can't tell when that's actually broken off the ship. You've gotta kind of just be like, did I do that or not? But we're gonna go ahead, because these quasar things are kind of a pain. That'll at least push those up. It might get stuck. It's probably gonna get stuck. But I've had it where these things get wedged in between the freaking processor, and then literally you just end up, like, at least in the one that I was doing, I didn't notice it for a very good while, so I just had a bunch of junk, like, clogged in it. And then I had to go over there, and I was trying to go ahead and unclog it, and I ended up accidentally freaking flying into the damn thing, and, well, that was the end of that run. Let's see.
Credit applied.
We're at 12 and a half. We haven't even started getting into the ship yet. So this is kind of a little bit of a rough one, but it's alright. These ones take some time anyway.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Okay, we are good. It's a good rule of thumb, at least, when you've died so many times with thruster caps smashing you in the face, to go ahead and just double check. Oh yeah. Recently just got done doing Subnautica. Like, I had not actually played it completion. In fact, I technically still didn't. I just kind of got to the point where, like, you were about to blast off and everything. I was like, man, I don't really want to go back. I do need to do that. I'll probably do that in a stream at some point. See, I want this to go ahead and, like I said, at the beginning of all this is sort of my woosah kind of game, and, I kind of am doing, like, Let's Plays and whatnot, like adventure games, that kind of stuff. I'm probably going to forget about all that and just do what I enjoy, though. I find that leads to a lot, like, better content. Like, you know, if you're having fun rather than just trying to do what's popular, I think that's kind of the better way to kind of, like, have other people, like, have fun. Like, yeah, you want to reach a lot of people, too, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth kind of, interrupting your, integrity. But yeah, as far as the oxygen warnings and everything like that, a lot of times I feel like the game forgets to tell me. I'm probably just not listening, but I feel like the game just forgets to tell me, wink wink. And yeah, that's usually the mark of my run ending. And it might also be that I do really, really dangerous stuff, like cutting right next to fuel tanks. I think it was a very, like, iconic scene to me. If anybody's familiar with the Blade movies, the first one where Whistler is filling the gas tank type of deal, and he's just sitting there smoking, like, while he's doing it, like, growing up with all the, like, oh yeah, don't smoke next to, you know, the gas pumps and everything like that. I don't know why, but that was always, like, a cringy scene. Cool as hell, always loved Whistler, but I was just like, oh god, like, you know, because as a kid, I just thought that, like, anything having to do with gasoline, you get close to that with an open flame, and it's just, like, pretty much explosive decompression in this. Like, you are just, I mean, that's it. And, like, even the explosive decompression in this game, I actually was, looking at some stuff. I like some of the, like, creepy stories and whatnot, online, and finding out about the divers who, like, somebody ended up, forgetting that they were in the decompression chamber and they just opened it. Like, can you imagine, like, I mean, what happens during decompression, right? Like, you know, the oxygen is just, like, sucked out, or, like, your, the fluids in your body just expands. I think they died in, like, less than a second. Like, I couldn't imagine what that 1 second would have been like. Like, that is insane to think about, like, the physics and science involved, right? In, like, this game, it's just like, oh, like, you just, you know, it's as simple as you take a, thruster cap to the face. Okay, that's what that separated. Okay, we're good. I was just like, wait, what am I breaking up here? Because I remember the ship has the whole, I think it has multiple airlocks. Oh no, I'm just being dumb. We're gonna try to get this. There we go.
Salvage destroyed.
Yeah, I know. It's
Refrain
not
from
that bad.
damaging salvage.
For the longest time, it was so hard to get those things pulled out because, I mean, there was just so many, like, little things connected to them. It kind of blew my mind when one day I was just sitting there. I was like, huh, I wonder if they fixed this. And then, like, I ended up doing that. And it was like, oh, yeah, you know, every now and then you'll get it where it's like, you know, oh, yeah, it's gonna, you know, get caught on, like, a little pole or something like that. But, for the most part, like, I'm very happy they fixed that. I was getting so mad at the fact that, like, the panel, like, it's outlined. It says, hey, you should be able to pull this. And, well, pull it, and, well, you can't pull it. It's stuck to frickin' everything. Alright. It was also another funny thing that's going on, like, in my head right now, is realizing, like, sort of how quickly I do all this. I'm like, hey, like, you know, every time I play this, it's the same thing. It's like, dude, like, you're going really freaking quick. Like, it's cool, but, like, you're gonna die. Like, you're right next to a reactor, you're right next to that fuel tank. Like, you need to be kind of careful. And it's like, nah. I think I've gotten comfortable, though, with kind of blazing through this like this, though. Like, I kind of understood where the cut points were and everything. Like I said, I have played this since, pretty much it didn't even have a story. But man, there are few things as upsetting as when you accidentally hit one of those tanks and, like, everything is just, like, the small pieces of metal, especially when you've got, like, sort of a ADHD and OCD brain where it's like, no, I need to collect everything. At a certain point, you're just freaking mass wave pushing as much debris into, like, one of the furnaces as possible.
Looks like you used your last tether. Head on over to the kiosk to pick up some more.
Tether's okay.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited. Salvage goal obtained.
Yeah, because the last milestone I kind of hit in this was doing the, I would say the Class 2 reactors, because, I mean, the, whatchamacallits, the power converters or whatever, I mean, really it's just a timing thing, and, like, I don't know, I always end up yanking the power stuff before I end up doing, like, the, controlled meltdown of a reactor. And that always gets me into trouble. I'm out of tethers, we need to...
Object processed. Transferring credits.
Caution. Tethers depleted.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna tell me that my tethers are gone like 20 times, but it absolutely refuses to tell me when I run out of oxygen half the time. Get that going. Please don't get stuck halfway in there. We did that. Where did that piece go? I think it made it. I swear to God I put it on the Master Jack, though. Dear God, I'm so good at my job. It's like, oh yeah, that massive panel? Yeah, boss. I don't know what happened to that, man. Sorry. Okay. Okay, yeah. We are not getting this one done in one fell swoop. So we are going to go ahead and just get this ready so that the next time we come into this bay, we can just yank everything out. Actually, did I clear that? I think I cleared that. I think that's good to go. Can we get that out of here? We can. Yes, good. Two. Yeah, there was a point where I was trying to do, like, the gigantic, like, fuel haulers and everything, the ones with the iron rings. There was a point where it's like, oh yeah, like, you know, I'm just gonna keep doing it, I'm gonna refine my craft, I'll be able to do all of this in, like, one day. And then I ended up running into the, those, and then they started getting into, like, oh yeah, like, you can't even, like, cut through parts of those. It's like, yeah, that's impossible to do in, like, one fell swoop and still get a 5. I'm sure there's people who have done it, but I don't think those people will ever be me. Maybe one day. Shouldn't say that. Quite possibly could be me one day. Of course, like, not when it takes this freaking long to just break a locker free. Come on.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Send you off there.
Salvage goal reached.
Are.
Rewards assigned.
Let's just go ahead. We are at 2 minutes, so let's just make sure we got everything busted up in here. Get the other fin out of the way. It's not going to tell me how many LP I get, so we're just gonna keep on moving stuff out of here. Let's get the reactor. The reactor will 100%. You know, I love how in the tutorial they're like, oh god, the reactor, it's so fucking horrifying, and then it's like half a second. It's like, yeah, freaking out there. I do like how it does, like, screw with your screen, though. Definitely the, it just kind of gives you that sense that, like, oh, hey, yeah, that thing might actually be dangerous. Versus just, like, talking about it. It's like, nope, like, that's fucking with my vision. That's bad.
Time is winding down, Cutter. Dig deep. Let's finish strong.
Good on all of our supplies, so I'm just going to rip as much as I can. We might just go ahead and leave the rest of this behind. We don't necessarily have to. Like, I mean, why would you come back to get, like, a couple of lockers or, like, anything that's going into the furnace is just kind of, like, useless. I wouldn't say useless, but, not really worth it, let's put it that way. We'll see how much LP we get for getting to the 4 and 5. If it's not a whole lot, I'd say if it's under 50, because I don't have a lot of upgrades right now, and it might be worthwhile to do. And it'll take me like 5 seconds to just be like, oh yeah, come back out, shoot back over here. Yeah, just gonna wait. 21. 45. I said if it was under 50. We'll see what the upgrades are like. $45. If the upgrades right now are relatively cheap. Or if there's anything I want, because
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have one.
Anything with tethers right now is absolutely overdue to me.
So, this can be an awkward subject, but you've probably noticed Lynx doesn't take great care of us.
Nah.
Up until maybe 100 years ago, workers like us would sometimes form these groups called unions and go toe-to-toe with the company. They'd argue for better wages, safer work, decent hours, that kind of thing. Lynx was actually part of getting rid of them, but some of us are trying to bring it back. I can tell you're a good person and a hard worker. The company will use you up. It's just built that way. So I thought you might be interested in the Union News Group. There are new messages every couple of days. Read them, don't read them, trash them, whatever. Just keep it on the down low. The others don't know about it. Weaver and D are a bit too by the book. Kaido is just too anxious. Poor kid. But I wanted you to have the info. I was glad someone gave it to me when I was new. Okay, spiel over. See you in the yard, Rook. Blue out.
I still find it like, you know, going through history and learning about like unions and everything, and then like coming to like today in the workers' world where, you know, like they will fire everybody in a company if they even like sense a union's getting started and just rehire everybody.
Hey there,
Like,
Rook.
it's so backwards to me. Like, I never like understood
Now,
that.
I'm a bit of a tech head and a history nerd, so I love these things. They're uncensored info. Sometimes it's junk, but sometimes it's gold. Either way, it's a more genuine view of the colonies than what you see on the garbage news networks. I'm sending you a data recovery program. You'll see it on your HAB terminal. Soaking in solar radiation mangles up the data pretty bad, but you can usually pull 1 or 2 intact files. Hopefully it'll give you a better sense of the wider world. Warts and all. Have fun. Later, Rook.
But yeah, on the line of unions and everything like that, you know, I don't like complaining about things without providing like what I think, you know, maybe would make them better, but wonder why nobody's ever thought it's like, well, hey, like, you know, if we only, like, our dues were like the percentage of like what we gained for you, like, why don't they do that? That way if they're not doing shit for you, it's just like they don't get anything, you know. you combine the incentive with what they actually get for it, like, maybe some actual good might come of it. Let's see. Oxygen. I don't really care about, like, hearing stuff. Like, usually the flashing lights are good enough to tell me, hey, that's pretty dangerous. Durability probably will come in handy later. We have enough. We're looking at about 30, 14, 36. Yeah, it's not going to take me too long to go ahead and get up to rank 5 with everything. We're just going to go, we're going to finish the ship we were working on real quick, get that to rank 5, get our 45 points, because we're about to move up in the certification level. And then we can go ahead and have access to even more stuff.
Who's whistling? No whistling!
What? Why? What's wrong?
You don't know? It's bad luck.
Bad luck? Why is it bad luck?
It just is. Damn.
I wonder if that,
Superstitious, no?
What's wrong with you, kid?
I wonder if this interaction is always there. I don't remember this.
Salvaging 7 of the same type of object in a row?
Wait, is that bad luck?
Dee Dee, that's ridiculous. You listen to me, kiddo. I've been doing this job for 17 years. Seen a lot of bad stuff in my day. When I'm telling you don't whistle, don't process 7 of the same object in a row, and don't look at the moon while inside a ship, you really need to listen. All right, all right. No more
Where's the
whistling.
moon at?
We got it.
I'm going to tempt fate. Like, what if, like, that's kind of like an Easter egg, is like it expects you to not really pay too much attention so you keep going, but like, what if there was something special? Like, you are inside the ship, and you decide to go ahead and look at the moon. That is the moon, right? Yeah, that's the Earth, that's the moon. We're inside the ship, we're looking at the moon. Because sometimes, like, I would kill for something like that, too. Is like, when you're gonna pay that much attention to it, like, to actually have something actually happen. I think that would be pretty neat. Or we can try processing 7 of the same object in a row. Okay, that is separated. It's one reason I hate these panels more than anything else, is because you can't always tell when you've got, like, the actual fin taken off. Speed that up.
Salvage secured. Account credit.
I don't know why I even pulled that off. Absolutely.
Cutter, your equipment durability is dropping. Keep an eye on it.
It's fine.
You don't want to be
Doesn't
dangling in
really
the
start
wind
hurting
with
until
busted
about
tools.
like 50 or so.
See it happening.
Maybe a
Now
little.
back to the hab. Use repair.
Those
kits
freaking
for
repair
clutch.
kits are freaking... Usually I get by without ever having to buy one. We're gonna try that. Just as, I like to call it frugal rather than cheap. We are just as frugal in real life, believe it or not. We are going to break through all of this. We are going to get that certification.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Just waiting to turn one of these into practically a flail that just smashes into my character's face. It's just like, great. There's another one. Let's pop that.
Salvage
There we
secured.
go. There
Credits
is
deposited.
4. $48,000 for a chair.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
If anybody watches the horrible amalgamation that is my first stream, you'll understand about the chair. It still gives me damn nightmares, actually. Like, I still can't believe
Account credited.
I couldn't freaking take the chair with me.
registered. Transferring credits.
Okay, there's another. Okay, so where is all this money coming from?
Salvage secured.
Is it
Count
seriously
credit applied.
all just this? Or am I actually forgetting something? Oh, duh. I forgot that these things take like 2 whole freaking trips when it comes to the, whatchamacallit, but that's fine. Start yanking those that way, and I think you can go start heading there. Now it's just a waiting game. Oh, let's see. But yes, I hope you guys are enjoying the game. I don't know if you have seen this yet. It is very underrated, if you ask me. I think it definitely needs a lot more exposure and people kind of talking about it, because it is, I'm usually a very fickle individual. I usually, like, lose interest very, very quickly on something, and,
Valuable object
no, this is something that has kept me entertained for years. Like, I don't play, like, you know, every day for years, obviously. But, I don't think anybody has that kind of... Well, I can't say that. I have seen some crazy stuff out there. But, no, this has definitely been well worth the money I paid for it, through and through and through. And there we go. Just go ahead and make sure that stuff isn't flashing anymore. There we go.
All rewards allocated.
We'll probably need fuel.
Warning. Fuel levels are low. Fuel supplies are available for
That way we don't gotta worry about it.
Master Jack.
And there we go.
New certification level attained.
Slowly clawing our way out of debt. I think as far as, like, having noticed, like, that number, because at a certain point you're just like, yeah, I'm never gonna, like, beat this. But, there was a playthrough where I was legitimately, like, I didn't focus on, like, building the ship or anything like that. I solely focused on getting out of debt. And I think I brought it, like, below the 1 billion mark. I think I actually had a playthrough. I think that particular one, like, I was so careful and so meticulous. I was doing, like, the easiest ships, like, whatever didn't have a Quasar engine. And it was, like, I think I got it to 700 million. In the vast expanse between ports, the only person you have to depend on is yourself. Only one ship is built for life on the rails, the Atlas Nomad. Designed to be for the most independent hauler, the Nomad's spacious sleeper cabin is a home away from home, boasting every essential amenity. With 3 rugged Quasar thrusters, ample cargo space, modular exterior storage, the Nomad is truly the answer to long-distance, long-term hauling. And then there, I like that they keep the company slogan. Yeah, we only wasted about 532,000. Like, only 532. But we weren't doing that for the salvage. We were doing it for the license points anyway. Alright. Let us see. So yeah, this is the one we found on the back of the thing. So this one, I believe, like, every time I've ever searched for it, it's like the 3rd ship that you do. I'm pretty sure it goes based on your, like, license points and everything, but it's always back there. Hey Dad, I remember something today. Way back when I was small, before you left the surface, you'd take me with you to the scrapyards. I hated it, and all I ever did was watch you pick through piles of stuff that I thought was just junk. I couldn't have helped, even if I'd tried, but you insisted on bringing me anyways. I think I get why now. Picking these ships apart up here, it's lonely work. I wonder how Mom's doing. I do, and, like, it is neat that they threw, like, that little bit in. That just kind of, like, you don't expect world building in, like, a game like this. I think these guys kind of got the simulation down. I'm impressed how quickly you're picking things up. Not sure what kind of work you do before, but you're a natural cutter. You probably noticed Lynx doesn't exactly take great care of us. I don't blame them. They don't really have a reason to. Up until about 100 years ago, workers like us would... Okay, no. She vocalized that one. Thank you for signing up to the Salvage Workers Unite newsletter. So I haven't read a lot of the, like... I've skipped through a lot of this. So some of this I am actually reading for the first time, and especially the data pads. I'm pretty sure those are randomized. We are happy you're here. As our group grows, so does the ability to affect positive change for all shipbreakers. As a reminder, the activities of this group are only for authorized members. Please respect the mission and the privacy of your fellow members and do not share outside the group. We wish to improve work conditions and ensure that the voices of shipbreakers are heard and respected. We intend to coordinate with the Stellar Commission to start negotiations with the company around policy change. Here are the key demands we intend to bring forward. Cancel the debt. I'm for that. The dangerous work of a shipbreaker should not come with crippling debt owed to the company that profits off that work. We demand the debt be canceled immediately. To me, that's like fucking student loans, if you ask me, and especially with frickin' the whole thing that just happened about them saying, well, I didn't just happen, but like, oh yeah, we're gonna forgive all of that, and then they turn around and they're just like, oh yeah, just kidding. I'm not saying it should have been forgiven or like it should be forgiven. What I'm saying is I think it's kind of wrong to like announce to the country you're going to do something and not even like confirm whether you can do it or not. Workplace safety. While shipbreaking is a dangerous task, there are unnecessary risks involved due to company policies or quotas. We demand improvements that would greatly decrease the risk of injury or death. Contract clause. We demand that shipbreaker contract be audited by Stellar Commission to ensure human rights are honored. In particular, the clauses around ownership of the genetic sequences of shipbreakers. See, that's why I believe, like, we're all, like, we're not our original selves. Like, it's clones. Like, how would you know that you're not, like, you know, just continuously a clone? And when I say, like, continuously a clone, I mean, like, you're never getting out of here. Like, the second you happen to get close to getting your debt, because they already say it's like, you know, they keep on just, like, doing stuff. But if you're a company that owns somebody's genetic sequencing, why wouldn't you just fake a workplace, like, incident? I mean, you control whether there's cameras, like, wouldn't be that hard. And, like, the guy dies, and then you have his genetic sequence, so you just bring him back, and you just act like, hey, like, today's day one. Get in there, champ. Okay. Because I hate quasars, we are getting the fire protection. And because I'm an idiot, we're also getting the electric protection. Nothing there. We already got the brakes. I've only got 7 points. Protection is pretty expensive. Oh, and given that I don't have a clone, well, I mean, I guess I wouldn't have very much to worry about if something terrible happened. 15, 13, 13, 9. Yeah, we're gonna go after the new one. Wait, do these go down? Yeah, they do go down. Okay, I was about to say, and we get 2 repair kits if we go ahead and do that one. That can kind of come in handy. Our stuff is starting to break. Alright. I know, went out of my way for the range upgrade just so I don't have to, like, move forward too much first. I can just launch myself at what I'm trying to... Oh, whoops. Oh, I broke it? Yeah, no, that's the base, not the antenna itself. There we go. I didn't know the base would be separated like that. That's kind of neat. Only 844. Well, already have it. Oh, great. Well, we get to go ahead and play around with our first little bit of explosive decompression. That's going to be fun. Maybe. Sometimes I look out and it's like, oh yeah, it's actually really easy to, you know, not absolutely wreck yourself. Other times it's just kind of like, man.
Yeah, whatever, boss.
And I don't know if it's just like my perception, but I swear to God, like the ship sometimes like rotates on its own. Like it's not like linearly, like the barge isn't directly under it or it's at an angle, and it really messes with me.
Oh, and for God's sake, don't eat anything you find. Anyway,
But
have a good shift. Holler if you need me. Weaver out. Hey, Cutter. Want to see something special? Take a look at that railgate.
oh yeah,
Whew, what a beauty. You know, no matter how many times I see that old railgate fire,
yeah, we're gonna take the time to watch it because
could be you on there one day.
it will be Weaver. I think it already fired. Oh yeah, you can see the trail. Okay, we're all gonna get out of here. Okay. Like these little panels are like the most annoying thing in the world. Like they're so much smaller than like regular panels, but for whatever reason, they're just like heavy.
Object accepted for processing. Credit
don't have
deposited.
break point. There we go. Send that down. Let's see. Come on.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit. Valuable object accepted for processing.
That. That. But I also enjoy, like, when you play this game for a while, you kind of develop your own sort of, like, order of operations. So it's kind of like, okay, yeah, like, you know, first I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prepare the outside. That way that's all ready to go. And then I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I'm going to go inside and I'm going to hit the break points and everything. And I think that's where, I definitely have, like, you know, it plays around with, like, the OCD part of my brain. Because sometimes, like, to fix, like, an issue that you're running into, like, the same thing keeps killing you and killing you and killing you. So you're like, okay, like, you know, I'm going to change, like, this one little thing I do with this process. But other things, it's like, okay, like, the reason why I died here was because I didn't cut the power to this whole thing. So I'm going to change this entire process. And I don't know, something about that whole, like, the logic behind, like, why you're doing what you're doing is, yeah, I don't know, it's fun. I always find, psychology to be, interesting. Alright.
Airlock depressurizing.
You know, there's a lot of people that are just like, oh yeah, like, I don't ever depressurize, like, anything. I just go ahead and go for it and break the doors. And I don't blame them, because, like, stuff like this, like, you can't even do anything, really. We are that. Once. It's off of there. Come on. You're gonna be difficult. Okay. Okay. It doesn't want to go anywhere. Okay, we're gonna stay back a little bit because I'm not 100% confident. Okay, no, we're good. What is it still attached to? Okay, game. I see. Okay, so this is the part that we could die, because this requires stuff like that, where you kind of have to just go ahead and break the freaking door. But it looks like that one door actually just shattered all the compression. Okay, I heard the alarm going off and it was like, oh god, is it done? But we're good. I'm fairly certain that the whole ship is decompressed now, and if it's not, well, I don't think there's very much we can do. Nice, we got oxygen right there, we got thruster fuel there, so we are good to go ahead and just break everything. Let's see, okay. Another helpful tip that I picked up on, you can just run the reticle over something to find out if it's nanocarbon, so that you don't end up, you know, in the, before they did any updates, you used to be able to cut stuff like that. So thank God you can't do it now, like, cutting this stuff off would be a freaking nightmare. Pretty sure at one point these guys were talking about,
Your oxygen reserves are
like, they
low.
were going to do stuff where, like, they gave a ship for, like, everybody, and they were supposed to have, like, time trials, where it's, like, not really time trials, like, it's timed, like, singularly, but, like, you were supposed to be able to, like, go on and just, see how much faster you could do it versus everybody else. Which I thought that was going to be kind of a cool concept. Why is everything, it feels like everything's really sticking together a lot more. Which makes me very, very nervous, actually. There we go, okay. I have claustrophobia when it comes to, dealing with that kind of stuff. Like, you get stuck inside and you're just like, oh crap, like, I'm gonna end up running into, stuff. I like having, like, an exit route. I think years of operating heavy machinery, like, cardinal rule is always, like, you know, always have, like, your escape route. Actually have more time.
Processing object.
I thought we were going a lot slower than we were. Like, we're already getting into kind of the meat of the ship. I mean, we haven't done anything with the quasars yet, but, their time will come. And that's why that's not going down. I need to get rid of the quasars. They are the things that's hampering all my progress right now. Alright. That's fine. That's already broken off. So we're gonna just pull that whole freaking thing out.
Applying credit.
Go on, get out of there. There we go. That way we can just worry about the big crap. And that bottom quasar is probably the big one that needs to come out, but I just need to make sure it's safe. Weird. Quasar. Like, legitimate great quasar anyway. Like, the other ones didn't actually have the damn quasar in there. Like, you still had to, like, break it up. This is the, we're kind of focusing on stuff is, a little bit rough. Because, yeah, like, open flames, which is why we got the fire protection. Okay. It makes it not good when I talk about that trick about you have to kind of come to a complete stop, otherwise this thing has the potential to kill you. It might still have the potential to kill you, but...
Real satisfying when it comes apart like that, don't you think?
This is the third one we've done. We're a little behind on the times. It's so easy to move these things, though.
Account credited.
As far as, like, just, you know... Unfortunately, no. Like, that's a big thing about the quasars is, the fire is always going to be there. But I think that's also why they made it when you break the thing apart, that, it just kind of, like, kills all the flames. Which is nice, because, yeah, if it was a long-standing thing, and, like, it was, like, regular fire, where, like, you're just going around and everything, it just, like, it spreads, that would be a little rough. But But yeah, that's where like kind of getting the muscle memory of doing these things helps out a bit. The more you kind of like get that muscle memory, and the more you do them, like you get better at it. I figure the same thing when it comes to like the class 2 reactors and everything. That way they don't always kill me. Like, I always do the first one, like, actually no, the first one has killed me, I think, more times than anything else in this game, is your first class 2 reactor. And it's always because, like, I don't pop the engine first. So what ends up happening is, like, the thing starts to melt down and everything like that. Like, usually I can still get it, but, like, my OCD thing kicks in. It's like, well, wait a minute. Like, I can't actually, like, pop this thing. So, like, I get the reactor out, but then I think it's, like, the coolant that gets me. Because since you haven't busted the engine, there's, like, a small little smidge that you can break. That's like, oh, yeah, you just pop that and you're all good, you know? But, no, like, the thing freaking explodes in your face, and it's insta-death. Like, no warning, no, like, hey, don't do that. It's just like, nope. Your goose is, well, frozen. Because it's coolant that kills you. Almost, wasn't adhering to physics there. Or, I don't know, physics, English? But, yeah, it's rough. Yeah, usually I can make it there pretty okay. Like, I usually get to about the, you're messing around with, the electrical components, where you've got to time them. Power distributors or something like that. But yeah, I get to about there, and then that's usually where things start going real, like, not great. Okay, see, I need to get into the actual ship and break off these fins, because if I try to pull those...
Low oxygen reserves.
Yeah. I do love that. Just being able to slingshot yourself around. I mean, if I ever, like, leave my camera frame, I've always been a very animated gamer, so, try not to mind that too much. Like, I do actually, like, you know, if I'm flying around something, you gotta lean with it, you know what I mean?
Stabilizing.
I still have 21 tethers. I'm not wasting money on tethers. Not right yet. God damn, I hate messing with these things. They are getting me used to using the Master Jack, though. So, like, well, not Master Jack, but Major Jacks? Because Master Jack's your actual hab, I think. Or no, they're all called, they're all called Master Jacks. But yeah, I used to, like, not bother messing around with, like, moving anything there at all.
Material accepted.
Ship's almost done in the middle, Cutter.
Ha.
1 minute left.
Okay, 1 minute left. We are just going to spend the rest of this day. I'm going to get that repair kit so I don't forget about it. And we are just going to start breaking all of this crap. Earn ourselves some ease of access and then breaking it all on the second day. Especially on the no revive runs, I find that having that very, like, you stick to what you do. Because the second you change it even a little bit, it's like, I think I'm gonna like rip out the, like, cockpit first this time. It's like, nope, the second you change, like, your plan, it's just like everything goes to hell. So I'm just gonna get this ready for ease of access. There we go. Oh. Let's see. Didn't hit any salvage goals. But that's okay. Like, I do enjoy the fact that they didn't keep everything that's, like, so easy. Like, 3 quasars, like, that's gonna take you a minute to prepare and to move around and everything like that. What I'm terrified of is, like, you get into that part where, like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make these demo charges available to you, and it's just kind of like, well, Jesus Christ, like, I'm trying to, you know, not die here, so, I try not to use them. In fact, I can't think of a situation where I would use them. Like, where would I ever be so, like, in a rush that I would blow up tons of stuff? Yeah, I can't think of where I would. I mean, maybe if, like, the reactor was currently melting down and, like, I had to get through a wall right now, then I might use a demo charge, but... Let's see, Devase's name. A good rock rider's hard to come by. Captain, first round, Northern Albatross on. The early days had a lot of collisions above Mars. We were learning to handle the roids. A good rock rider is hard to come by. These guys have some real crazy instincts. They don't even glance at an instrument panel for a 100 megaton roid. Don't even break a sweat on a 100 gigaton roid. They can maneuver a monster through a roid line up while carrying on a conversation with the other rider. I'd hate the pressure.
The early days had a lot of collisions above.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad I could read that for you when I didn't have to. I didn't realize it was an audio log.
Learning to handle the roids.
Well, there you go. You get to hear it
A
too.
good rock rider is hard to come
It's
by.
okay.
These guys
Can't
have some
do that.
real crazy instincts. They don't even glance at an instrument panel for a 100 megaton roid.
Where'd that go?
Don't even break a sweat on a 100 gigaton roid. They can maneuver a monster through a roid lineup while carrying on a conversation with the other riders.
We'll just let that go.
I'd hate the pressure.
There we go. Okay. One of the most prevalent issues regarding workers' rights among shipbreakers is the fight to cancel the debt. It's the belief of this union that no shipbreaker deserves to be in debt to the company for the privilege of doing the hard work we do. Shipbreakers are a key part of the very foundation supporting the current age of stellar exploration and expansion, which the company profits heavily from. Our work removes the masses of outdated ships that otherwise clog civilization and transforms them into valuable resources to be used in construction and manufacturing. It's time that we be recognized as invaluable components of the active progress of our species that we are. We deserve the rights, recognition, dignity, and respect that our profession demands. That includes not trapping us in an inescapable cycle of debt. We deserve to hold the power and value of our own hard work and use it towards building our own better futures. Cancel the debt, respect workers' rights, hope is action, solidarity is strength. Am I wrong for wanting to see something like that, like IRL? Group undisclosed. In this issue, we would like to address our demand of revising the Shipbreaker contract. Did you know that the company owns any and all intellectual property of any inventions or artistic creation made by their workers? That's right. That's actually true nowadays, half the time too. Were you aware that by signing the contract, you agreed to not have any body modifications done, such as piercings, tattoos, or contraceptive devices without company approval? Yeah, I mean, some of that is true. Like, it's harder to get a job when you have piercings and tattoos and whatnot, but, like, the contraceptives is a little, that's a little extreme. But I can imagine, like, companies getting that bad. Are you aware that the company has free reign over when to terminate you to cook a new spare from the system, and that there are no... See, I'm telling you, you're just a clone. You'll always be a clone. And the second you think you're out of debt, you're done. And they just bring in a new clone. Welcome to day one, sir. Or that the continued use of dysfunctional spare is purely at the discretion of the company, not to mention the policy on toilet breaks being a whopping 28 pages long. These and many more aspects of the Lynx Shipbreaker contract are inhumane and is in desperate need of regulation for the dignity of our workers. Salvage Workers Unite is determined to have these shortcomings addressed by regulations from the Stellar Commission. We didn't get any license points, so we're just gonna continue that ship. Because now we're gonna probably end up getting all 5. Okay, yeah, all of our stuff is still pretty decent working order. We have got good tethers, fuel is good. So yeah, we should be alright. Tempting fate again. Yeah, we should be alright. Yeah, we were breaking the inside of the ship because I need to get rid of those fins. That's right. Just gonna go ahead and get you out of there. Oh god, that doesn't get stuck in between the whole thing. I thought that was further away than what it was. Come on, just let me see inside. Okay, we're good. Sometimes I have pulled those panels and there have been like complete, like, you know, functioning, like, proper things I was supposed to pull off, and I was just getting a little ahead of myself. So, like, if I can't see inside of it, I get a little nervous about, like, oh god, what am I sending over there? Okay, there we go. We got that going. That'll take care of one of the things. No, we need... I think I have to actually get inside and take out these panels. That, or I've already done so from here. I have. There we go. It's the only problem with trying to use the color-coded stuff. Because I think at that point, like, when you make it too known that you're doing it, like, you can only take advantage of people to a certain degree before they start getting, like, uppity. Oh, god. Well, okay, I gave myself a concussion. I didn't kill myself, so. But, yeah, as far as why not have an army of workers for you, like... Yeah, I kind of feel like that whole thing is, I think you'd get a little bit too powerful. And, like, some other entity would decide to go ahead and do stuff. It's like the whole thing with, like, doing AI, combatants at this point is, like, they're so worried about, like, war becoming a video game. So, like, they're trying to avoid something like that. Because in that case, I mean, if we get into robotics and everything, you know, I mean, why go ahead and have workers in general, you know? Like, you can just have, like, robots do it type deal. So why even use clones at a certain point? Well, I guess you could teach a clone, but with artificial intelligence, you could teach the robots too, so... Might be cheaper to go ahead and just do biomass versus, like, you know, circuit boards and whatnot. Not as ethical, but then again, when you look at corporate stuff, I mean, usually ethics takes a backseat to profit anyway. Sad, but true. Finally, get this panel out of here, and then we should be able to rip the last of that quasar housing out of there. Pretty decently, anyway. We just need to do it at such an angle. Probably like that. That way it just kind of slides on out of there. There we go. Beautiful. Love it when a plan comes together. Okay, that's out of the way. Here. I'm gonna try it. God. You gotta be kidding me. Nope. Oof. Like, I hate that. The reticule's over it. I didn't expect it, like, from right to left. I always freaking do that. Oh. That's sad. How am I going to acknowledge it? My thumb's clear on the other side of the damn bay. Oh. Wasn't expecting it to be over that quick. But yeah. I will probably do this again sometime. Accidents do happen. That's clear proof of it, but I don't know, maybe I'll think about something to do before the end of the night. We shall see. But as for right now, actually, I think maybe I could go ahead and use a break, because that definitely hit me in the that hit me in the feels a little bit. Usually I don't make a mistake like that early on. That hurt, but it was very nice having you all here on this adventure with me. Didn't end nearly as well as I thought it would. Went out in a blaze of glory though, so I guess it's a lot better than like a lag of the game type of deal. But yeah, hopefully next time we will remember that, we will grow, we will persevere, and we will be able to cut that debt down a little bit more, or at least our next clone will. But anyway, I hope you all have a very good time. I hope you had fun with me. Like, share, follow, all that good stuff. If you want to join the community, I'm hoping to grow it. Feel free. Check the descriptions on everything. I'm working on a lot of the social media when it comes to this. My team's really awesome in helping me with that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the next one. But take care.